When I turned 21, I joined the police force in a remote town. I won't name it. They were hiring new officers. I was a young father, needed money. Timing was perfect. As a rookie, I was assigned the night shift, 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. The guys at the station teased me, said I always got the worst hours. I didn't mind. I have always been a night owl. Most nights, besides traffic stops and speeding tickets, I listened to podcasts. It was relaxing in a strange way. One night changed everything. A severe thunderstorm hit, power outages across town, flooded streets everywhere. I parked my cruiser in a central lot, ready to respond. At 2 a.m., dispatcher Claire radioed in. Someone claiming to be kidnapped, said he was held captive inside a house. Then the call ended. When she tried redialing, no answer. The cruiser's built-in display showed all the details. Based on the address, I was probably the closest officer. I radioed. "I'll respond," requested backup. Another officer, Chris, said he'd be on scene in 5 minutes. Claire hesitated on the radio, said the voice sounded like a child, maybe digitally altered, warned us to proceed with extreme caution. I radioed back 104, drove to the scene. Every streetlight on the block was out. House had no power, visibility low, danger higher. Chris arrived first, his cruiser idling in front. I parked next to him, rolled down the window. Chris commented on the house. Poor condition, grass knee-high, bushes overgrown, roof damaged, shingles missing. It looked abandoned. I told Chris I'd take the lead. We stepped into the rain, umbrellas up, waterlogged path to the front door. Chris clicked on his flashlight. Second officer provides backup, observes suspect's body language, neutralizes threats if needed. Chris was perfect, calm, observant. I rang the doorbell, listened. Footsteps shuffled inside, paused, no movement. Felt watched. I looked through the peephole. A distorted shape moved back. "Open up, police," I said. Door cracked open. A man peeked out, early 30s, overweight, balding, glasses. Something in his eyes, hiding. I mentioned the kidnapping call. He acted confused. Pocket dial. I asked about the voice. He hesitated, said nothing. I asked if anyone else was inside. He said he lived alone. I told him for safety we needed to check. "Not without a warrant," he said. These days, a warrant can be obtained in minutes. I contacted dispatch, requested magistrate. 5 minutes later, telephonic warrant approved, emailed. I showed the warrant. He opened the door reluctantly, hands shaking. I stepped inside, flashlight on. A putrid smell hit immediately. Hallway ahead, room to the right. Living area, filthy. Clothes piles, dirty dishes, cockroaches crawling. Couch at an odd angle. Man shifted uncomfortably. Mental note, check for paraphernalia later. Down the hallway, my foot struck something. A pink Barbie doll playhouse. I froze, recognized it. Bought it for my daughter last Christmas. I asked if he had kids. "No, nieces sometimes," he said. Chris and I exchanged glances. No parent would let kids in this environment. I gave him one last chance to tell the truth. He said no. I continued down the hall. Man followed, trying to distract me. Chris pulled him back. "Stay put." 2 open rooms on the side. One closed at the end, probably basement. First room, toys and diapers scattered. In the corner, a dark shape. I drew my weapon. It was a doll slumped in a rocking chair, heart racing. I studied it, the largest I'd ever seen, dressed in women's clothes. Bed had folded piles of blouses, jeans, lingerie, separated by color. Rest of the house, chaos. This room felt deeply wrong. "All clear," I told Chris. Second bedroom, empty. Reached the basement door. Man called from behind. "Want to see upstairs?" "Yes, later. Basement first." Door opened, creaked. Wooden stairs down into darkness. Light switch, nothing. Power cut or bulb out. I radioed, going down. Concrete floor, exposed beams, stacked boxes. Last step, metal folding chair in the middle, pool of blood beneath. Zip ties cut. Movement in the far corner. A figure bolted behind boxes. I shouted, "Stop!" They ran, towards a small ceiling window. Glass shattered. I climbed out after them, cut my hand. Outside, still raining. Chased into the alley, lost them around the corner. Backup arrived, perimeter set. Detectives came. House belonged to a man living alone. Wallet upstairs, phone on the counter. Signs of restraint in the chair. Blood matched. Not enough to confirm death. He was never found. Neighbor claimed to hear a woman screaming. No female ever identified. No other occupants. I don't know if I interrupted something or arrived too late. If not for that basement box knocked over, I might have thought it a false alarm. Case remains open. New family lives there now. Sometimes I see kids' bikes. Normal neighborhood, yet strange things happen in ordinary places. I've been a patrol officer for over 8 years now, mostly night shifts. You see a lot at midnight. Domestic fights, drunk drivers, break-ins, overdoses. After a while, calls start blending together. Show up, separate people, take report, maybe arrest, move on. Only a few calls ever stuck with me. This is one of them. It was late October, around 2:40 a.m. Dispatch toned me out. 911 hang-up. Caller reported hearing a woman screaming next door. Address on a quiet residential street. Single-family homes, decent neighborhood, nothing usually happening here. Caller said the screaming stopped before dialing, but she was sure someone yelled for help. I was 5 minutes away, pulled up, street dead silent, most houses dark. Light rain, pavement shining under streetlights. House in question, 2-story, small front porch, no lights inside. Parked a few houses down, approached on foot. Front door slightly cracked open, raised my guard immediately. Radio dispatch, on scene, open door. Requested another unit. Nearest backup at least 10 minutes away. Stepped onto porch, listened. Only sound, light rain hitting ground. Knocked on doorframe. Police department, anyone here? Show yourself. My voice sounded too loud in the quiet home. Rarely nervous on late night calls. Something about this creeped me out. Kept expecting a response from upstairs. No one. Moved down hallway toward back of the house. Small bathroom on right, guest bedroom left, both clear. End of hallway, staircase leading up. Stepped onto first stair, heard a faint shuffle above, like a foot dragging across carpet. Stopped, listened, drew weapon. Continued slowly upstairs. One step at a time, light aimed ahead. Upstairs hallway, 3 doors. 2 closed, 1 slightly open at the end. Heard soft movement again. Announced myself 3rd time. Show your hands. No response. Approached open doorway, pushed it wider with foot. Bedroom, larger than downstairs. Bed unmade, sheets hanging offside. Lamp on nightstand knocked over. First thing wrong. Stepped inside, checked closet, empty. Under bed, nothing. Window closed and locked. No obvious way in or out. Uncomfortable feeling. Chest tight. Something off. Second bedroom, kids' room. Toys on floor, small dresser, posters, empty. Last door, bathroom. Noticed dark spot on the carpet outside. Thought shadow. Touched, blood. Small pool. Heart racing. Called out over the radio, requested backup ASAP. Alone in house, blood, no victim. Did a slow sweep upstairs. Faint sound below, floorboard creaking, first floor. Moved towards stairs, light down into darkness. Living room still dark, couldn't see movement, felt watched. Descended slowly, controlled breathing. Cleared living room, kitchen. Noticed door near refrigerator, slightly ajar. Assumed pantry. Opened wider. Narrow stairs down to the basement. Light switch, nothing. Complete darkness. Radio dispatch, going down. Basement unfinished. Concrete floors, exposed beams, boxes stacked along wall. Stepped off last stair, metal chair in middle. Pool of blood larger than upstairs. Zip ties cut. Movement in far corner. Figure bolted behind boxes. I yelled, "Stop!" They moved fast toward back basement window. Glass shattered, climbed out after, hand cut, still raining. Saw a dark shape sprinting toward the alley. Chased briefly, lost them around a corner. Backup arrived, perimeter set, detectives came. House belonged to a man living alone. Wallet upstairs, phone on kitchen counter, signs of restraint in basement, chair, blood matched. Not enough to confirm death. He was never found. Neighbor swore she heard woman screaming. No female identified. No one else lived there. I don't know if I interrupted something or arrived after it was over. Sometimes normal neighborhoods hide disturbing events. I've been a canine handler for nearly 9 years. My partner is a 4-year-old German Shepherd named Rex. He's trained in tracking and narcotics detection, and he's reliable. Loud noises, darkness, abandoned places, none of it phases him. I've taken him into warehouses, deserted homes, forests at night, and he's always steady. That's why what happened that night stuck with me. We were called to assist patrol on a house search. There had been a foot pursuit nearby. Officers tried to stop a male suspect a few blocks away. He ran. They chased him through backyards and lost sight of him near this property. A side gate to the yard was open, and the back door of the house was unlocked. Neighbors reported hearing a struggle in the backyard. This added urgency. Patrol cleared the first floor, but didn't feel comfortable declaring it safe. They believed the suspect could still be inside. Rex and I arrived about 20 minutes later. The house was 2 stories in a quiet subdivision. No signs of forced entry from the front. Officers briefed me quickly. No visible struggle, just the open rear access and the suspect disappearing nearby. I clipped Rex on a short leash, gave him the search command. He moved forward immediately, checking each room on the first floor. Living room, clear. Kitchen, clear. Laundry room, clear. We moved upstairs. A narrow hallway, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The air was stale. All windows closed as neighbors reported the owners were out of town. We entered the first bedroom, then the second. Rex pulled toward the bathroom at the end of the hall. The bathroom seemed normal, everything tidy, nothing out of place. Rex sniffed around, edges of the vanity, the floor. Then he froze, ears forward, body stiffened. Growls started low, then turned into barking. He was staring down the hallway. I stepped backward with him. "What is it?" I whispered. He was fixated on something at the end, near the last bedroom door. A tall, dark, completely still figure. It wasn't any of the officers. I identified myself as police, told him there was a canine with me. No response. "Who is that?" I asked. Silence. Rex pulled in the opposite direction. Never seen him do that before. He didn't want to go down the hall. The figure turned and walked into the bedroom at the end. I knew all officers on scene, none upstairs. Rex planted his feet, refused to move forward. I drew my weapon, radioed that I might have located the suspect, asked for units to make their way up. I guided Rex forward. He resisted, glancing at me as if questioning why. At the bedroom doorway, he refused to enter. I stepped in first with my gun raised. Room was empty, just a bed, a dresser, no one hiding. Window closed, closet empty. Rex stayed in the hallway, wouldn't step inside. Officers saw Rex's behavior. One tried to coax him, he refused. We searched the bedroom, checked walls, panels, bathroom again, other bedrooms, no hidden doors. If it weren't for Rex, I might have gone crazy. After 20 minutes, I decided to remove him. He kept glancing back toward the room. Once outside, he relaxed slightly. In his crate, curled up immediately, but didn't look at me as usual. Patrol wrapped soon after. I've replayed that moment 1,000 times. I believe it was a real person, possibly the suspect, but I don't know how they escaped or why Rex reacted like that. Rex has never reacted that way before or since. He's tracked armed suspects, entered far more dangerous environments, yet that room, he refused. I trust that dog more than my own instincts. Everyone has at least one unexplainable night call. This one was mine.